Now, President Trump says Israel has agreed to the terms of a 60-day ceasefire in Gaza. Trump told Hamas to accept the deal, and he warned things will only get worse if they don't. Katie McFarland with me now. Sounds like we might be close to a deal in Gaza. What do you say? You're the expert in the area.
Well, look, think about Hamas. Who pays for Hamas? Iran pays for Hamas. Who supplies Hamas with weapons? Iran supplies them with weapons. Where do they go through? Syria. Syria's no longer in Iran's camp. You got Hamas isolated and alone. And if I were the leaders of Hamas, I would say, go find those hostages. Let's give them a really nice couple of dinners. They're our only leverage. And if Trump says 60 days, remember the calendars he's been keeping?
Yeah.
He means 60 days.
That's right, he does. Do you think Hamas is looking for a pardon for what they've done? They'll release the hostages if the guy who took the hostages doesn't get executed? Are they looking for that?
That's about the best they're going to hope.
They want to get out,
right? I mean, if they want to get out, go to Switzerland, I don't know, take the money they robbed from their own people. But the deal is not going to include them getting to stay, whatever the deal is. Hamas is finished.
Okay. Do you make anything of Iran? Iran-linked hacking groups say they've got they're threatening to leak emails, 100 million, whatever it is, emails of Trump aides. Does that make any? Is that count?
Well, it'll have a headline or two for a day or two. I mean, titillating. Maybe a few people will be embarrassed about what they said about each other. But come on, President Trump has been through this with the Russian hacking scandal. You know, the Steele dossier. He knows a fake news when he sees it. He'll probably think a lot better of those people if their emails are leaked. As far as Iran, if this is all Iran's got left after the 12-day war, after the bombing, after all the Houthis and the Tutsis in this, if that's all Iran's got left, they're really a dead duck walking.
Well, how about this? Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee.
Yes.
He suggested B-2 bombers may, quote, need to visit Yemen after a Houthi missile attack on Israel. Is he joking or what?
He's trolling the Houthis. Look, if the Houthis came out in the middle of the 12-day war, when, you know, remember they're so close to Iran, they're the sponsor, and the Houthis say, we believe in a Yemen-first foreign policy. So if this is a missile, maybe it's an errant missile, maybe somebody hasn't gotten the message, but this is not the Houthis reopening the war.
The Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas, they're a spent force.
They're a spent force.
Iran, a spent force.
Spent force.
Wow. The conditions are there for peace.
Iran has to take them. You know, President Trump has said, they know where I live, they know my phone number, they can get in touch with me. From our perspective, to be really blunt about it, what's left? If Iran wants to rebuild, if they want to spend billions of dollars to try to reconstitute their Iranian terror network, build their, you know, nuclear power plants, terrific. We know where they are. We'll just bomb them again, and they're out a couple more $1 billion. If Iran is smart, whether it's the existing leadership or the leadership that will eventually take over Iran because it comes from the Iranian people, they'd cut a deal because they're broke, they're alone, they're isolated, and they're yesterday's news in a lot of ways.
Was it Henry Kissinger who coined the expression real politics?
Real politics. That's what real politics is. And Henry Kissinger then said, and he's my old boss, lifelong mentor, he said, Iran's got to decide. Is it a country or is it a cause? If it's a country, it wants to support peace and prosperity for its people. If it's a cause, well, they'll all be martyrs.
Well, that depends upon their government, doesn't it?
That does. Yes.
If the clerics stay in power with their Islamic revolution, they want to be a cause.
They want to be a cause.
But if somebody comes up and says, hey, we're a country, look after us, it's a whole different ball of wax.
Should be one of the wealthiest countries in the world. It's got resources, a well-educated population, hardworking. The only country in the world where Iranians don't succeed is in Iran.
The Pentagon is halting some promised munitions for Ukraine. The Undersecretary of Defense for Policy says, don't give the weapons to Ukraine because we need to ramp up for a potential war between China and Taiwan. This is getting complicated. Don't give them the weapons because we might need them if China goes after Taiwan.
Eventually.
Little obscure, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we have an America First foreign policy. We will always defend our own interests first. But what this story says to me, we're not making enough of those Patriot missiles. The defense industrial base is the key to our success. It's why Europe can't ramp up quickly, because they've let their defense industrial base atrophy. To me, it's an example of why the Biden administration wasted a lot of money, didn't spend it on the right things, and why, thank goodness, President Trump's going to rebuild the American military.
Real politics.
Real politics.
We kind of like it. KT, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Great to see you in the studio. Thank you very much.